Well, there is no arguing about who is the man of the moment on the Grand Prix circuit, our own Mick Doohan. If ever an Australian looked like having the potential to be world champion, it's Mick, and as Daryl Eastlake reports, much of the credit must go to his team.
Jerry Burgess and Mick Doohan. Whilst one dances in the spotlight, the other pulls the strings. Since 1989, this quietly spoken Aussie twosome have become the new power in motorcycle racing.
We don't live out of each other's pockets either, you know. He's trying to win, I'm trying to win, the whole team and Honda are trying to win. And as long as we all keep that objective in mind, there's no reason why we shouldn't succeed.
Well, he just sits back in the background and does his own thing, but he's fairly clever, like, when it comes to setting the bike up, you know. I think my bike always seems to work fairly good, touch wood, you know. It's, you know, a lot of that relates back to Jerry and the mechanics, of course, you know.
2 weeks ago, a rainstorm fell on the Suzuka circuit during the opening laps of the final qualifying session for the Japanese Grand Prix. Mick was running in a new engine and time was running out on the track.
I don't think the outcome of this is going to be drastic in any way. The only pain in the backside is the fact that Mick is starting from the second row, but at one stage of the game it looks like he was going to be starting from the hotel.
The journalists and television crews got a bit of excitement out of it. I was confident that we'd make it into the race.
There must have been a time, though, that you were sitting there saying, God, what's happening? I mean, are we going to get there?
Well, you know, to me it was we're either in or we're out. We've got to try and get in first, and then if we're not in, then we'll worry about that. There's no point in throwing the arms in the air when you're out there trying to do it. We had to just keep going and keep trying, and we made it with plenty of time to spare.
I realised it wasn't his fault. You know, 2 laps, anyone could have went out of there, and like on the second lap I sidled on a cold tyre. So like, I also think it helped for Sunday because I had about an hour's practice in the rain compared to everyone else, you know.
Are there times during a season when Jerry has to resort to a little tender loving care to calm his charger?
That's part of human nature. They are there trying to do their best. They often get frustrated because things aren't going their way, perhaps lap riders getting in their way, perhaps something silly happening to the bike, and of course they are pretty highly strung people. They do get excited.
From about midway through 89, we seemed to understand each other fairly good. And, you know, he doesn't